Hi guys, you're probably wondering why this video is up again, but I was copyright striked for putting in a clip that I had gotten from Virgin Media. Although I did reference it, I still may not be able to use the clip. So I'm excluding that clip and I'm uploading my video again, as I know that it's a really big topic and a lot of people need to know about it. So I'm re-uploading the video without that clip. So I hope you enjoy it. Just keep watching again, or if you want to just click off the video now, you can. So bye. Testing 1 2 3, testing. GG in the background, testing. You're probably wondering why I'm still wearing the same outfit as I was in my last week's weekly. Well, yeah, that is the case. But the reason why my laptop is acting a bit funny right now, so I decided I was going to start filming this video. Going back in November,
guys, good morning.
there was
Today's Saturday,
a trip that Mum and myself had taken to Dublin.
November. We have a mission today. I cannot say for another while, but you will know. Some of you will probably already know. So stay tuned, not to this week, but 2 weeks coming ahead.
And that trip consisted of me participating in a TV show called Ireland's Got Talent. And I had one day we went up, was on the Saturday, was filming day, which consisted of crowds getting together, all the contestants, or most of the contestants, participating in this TV show. The camera was going around, getting all of us outside and inside. And then the next day was, 3 weeks later, was interviews. And actually auditioning in front of the 4 judges. If you are not aware of what Ireland's Got Talent is, it is a TV program, competition TV program, where people of all talents come to Ireland or wherever they want to come from or come to. No, they go to Ireland, Billy. It's Ireland's Got Talent. So it is based in Dublin, and people of all talent come to the place. I'm not going to give any areas of where it was based, because in case anything, you know, anyone sees this and something happens. But anyways, it doesn't matter. You go to this place and you audition in front of the judges. Now, it was a bit sketch from the outset, because I had auditioned for the X Factor back in 2013, and that was a lot different to the talent show of Ireland's Got Talent. I went to Birmingham in 2013 for the X Factor, and that was kind of similar in a way, but in another way it was completely different. When I went for the X Factor, I went into a crowd full of at least 10,000 people, and you audition in front of producers. When I say producers, guys, it's just like people that are working with the show. So they were working with the X Factor, and you kind of give them a brief outline about yourself. The process was online first. It was you sent them an audition tape or a video, and then you give them all your information. Guys, it was a long process of all the questions that they ask. So anyways, that was that part. And then you go to the place, which was Birmingham, where I went. I was 17 at the time. And then you go in and audition in front of the judges. Not the judges, the producers. And they, as I said, you give them a brief outline about you and your act and what you're going to be singing. And I was that stressed about it, I had gained tonsillitis, if that even makes sense, if that is a sentence. I gained tonsillitis. Sorry, my lips are a bit dry today. But unfortunately, I did not get through on that day. But if you were to get through on that day, you had to go back the next day for callbacks. and if you didn't get through to the callbacks, there was a long process anyways for you to actually get to the TV side of it. There was cameras there, but I had never noticed me being featured on camera on the TV. Anyways, going back to Ireland's Got Talent, similar situation, although it was a step further, like a big massive step further. So I was contacted after my online application. I was contacted via phone call by this lovely girl, and she had taken my phone interview, and they'd asked me would I send them more clips of me singing, more videos of me singing. So I had did that, and she said, well, if you were to go through to the process of Ireland's Got Talent in front of the judges, what would you be thinking about singing? So I had said, well, I have a number of songs that I'm very comfortable with singing, and they would kind of relate to my life and my story and stuff like that. I know this TV shows are basically all pretty much for TV purposes. So if you do not have a good background story, or if you do not make up a good background story, you are not going to continue on because you're not entertaining enough. Not that that's what it's all about, but at the end of the day, that is what it's all about. It's all about, it's all about TV and what is most entertaining in the likes of television. And as much as you think it's a reality TV show or a talent show, it is. Everybody that's there is equally as talented as another, although they do get people in to act as, I don't know, people that they want to make fun of on stage for entertaining purposes, which I can see a fair point of. But at the same time, it is quite unfair to not be warned whether or not you are going to be classed as a funny act or being made fun of, because I wasn't made fun of or anything like that. But anyways, I'll get back to that. Participating in the TV show, I was asked to send multiple songs, as I had said. Now, I wasn't asked to sing most of them, but I was asked to send a number of songs. So I had sent them the number of songs, and they had said to me, okay, can you send us this one of you singing? And I said, no problem, I will do it. I was very open to suggestions. I was very open to, I don't know, what would the word be? I was very open and honest, and I didn't mind. Whatever they asked me to do, I would jump and do it. So I had sent them a number of songs. Anyways, it came to the end what song I picked out of the number of songs they had asked me to sing. So I had picked a song from the songs they had saying, well, we think you're best doing this song. I picked that song, and then in the last minute I changed the song, the same artist, but I changed the song because I wasn't comfortable enough singing the other song. I did the acoustic version of Finesse by Bruno Mars. On the day, it was a long day. It was hours and hours and hours of filming and get you to do this, get you to do that, and a lot of hours of waiting around, sitting around. It was just a lot, but it was a great experience. But just to clarify, I did not let me start that again. I did not really want to do the song I sang. It was chosen from a group of songs that I had sent. So take in mind, I chose the song of the songs that they had suggested to me. They'd asked me would I do an upbeat type of music, upbeat song, you need, like, you know, a bit of liveliness. And I had said, well, that's not really my forte or my genre. My genre would be more ballads and singing slow songs and songs with heartfelt, that I knew that I could give my all and that was my kind of thing. So at the end of the day, it was not my song choice. It was my song choice out of a selection. So long story short, I was interviewed and they kind of asked me, you know, have you anything with you, like anything in your pocket or anything like that? And I said, oh, well, I have this keyring. So it was a keyring that my aunt had given me for the day. You know, it was a little good luck charm. It was a charm with a little love heart with my grandmother's face in it, and it would light up. And they were like, oh my god, that is so perfect. So can you, you know, hold on to it, squeeze it, hold it up to your heart, kiss it. And you know, I was asked to do these things, even though it would be a natural instinct to kind of hold on to it, look down at it, hug it, you know. But like, I mean, it is mostly for show. So I had basically told them my whole life story. I had put my heart on the line. I had did everything they had asked me to do. I was very polite. I was not one bit rude to anybody, unless they want to tell me otherwise, but I don't think I was. That's the way I feel about it. So cut to the part where I go on stage. It did feel very sketch through the process when when Mum and myself were behind stage before I stood on the stage. When we were behind the stage, you know, they were kind of rehearsing with you what you're going to basically say and what the judges are going to ask you. So she had said to me, had I any hobbies, or, you know, was there anything unusual about myself? Did I like anything unusual, or what was I doing in college, or, you know, stuff like that. And I said, well, I really like maths. And she's like, oh, okay, we'll get one of the judges to ask you, you know, what's your favorite thing other than music. So I'm like, okay, no problem. So I'm basically prepared for my question when I go up on stage, which is very good in a way, because if you stand on the stage and you don't know what you're going to be saying, although if you don't have confidence, it is very hard to think of, like, oh my god, what if they ask me something different? But anyways, so there was a few people behind stage, like contestants that were going up, and they were all they were before me, and there was a girl dancing and there was a guy rapping. So they had got through on the day. Now I don't know how far they've come through the competition, but if they're on the TV, then well done to you guys. But so I was basically coached behind stage on what they were going to ask me and what was going to happen. So I was talking to another guy who was behind stage. Mum was kind of having a laugh, saying how she was, you know, my I don't really actually want to say what she said, because just in case you think that, take it up wrong. But anyways, so the other lady came over and she was talking to us, and she said, oh, do you sing to my mum? And Mum says, I do, yeah, but this is for my daughter. I'm doing this for her, you know, it's her time to shine and all this. So she said, oh, why don't you come back next year as a duo? So straight off the bat, me being nervous, I wasn't too nervous, but I was nervous. I didn't take any notice to it. It didn't really affect me in a sense, because I was thinking of, never mind next year, I'm going on the stage doing my thing right now, today. That is it. This was a long process to get to. Why do you think that I'm going to think of next year? Right now I want to live in the moment, and that whole day I was trying to live in the moment. So she said this, and then Mum goes, oh yeah, you know, just going along with the whole thing. And anyways, got to the back door, ready to go onto the stage, and the lady come over to Mum and she said, you're going to be talking behind stage with Lucy Kennedy. She's going to be talking to you about how you feel about your daughter, and how proud and are you proud of her for what she's doing today. So it was kind of like an acting. You had to think before what you were going to say, because at the end of the day, as I said, it's for entertainment purposes, and if you mess up, they're going to have to refilm it again. But to me, I thought that was very sketch. Like, why does it look so natural on TV? You see it and it looks so natural on TV. It is not natural at all. It is all kind of prepped, and you're prepped of what you have to say, which is good in a sense, but at the end of the day it is not natural. It is all for TV purposes and it's very sketch. So I went on the stage and the judges were asking me my questions. How are you? Who are you? What are you going to be doing today? And then Louis Walsh had asked me what was my hobby or what did I like to do. And obviously the lady had already prepped me behind stage, so I said maths. And I was like, oh, you'd never believe it, but I really like maths. And Jason Byrne was kind of like really confused, and you know, it all went on and on and on and on for the second. So they said, whenever you're ready, just give us a nod. So I said did the thumbs up, started singing the song, sang the song, and that was it. Clap, clap, round of applause. Then they turned around and said that it wasn't the right song for me. And I'm like, I said, oh, okay. You know, I was being very polite. I didn't want to cross over anyone. I didn't want to walk on anybody's toes, because that's the type of person that I am. I'm not the type of person that will like scream at you because I disagree with you. I was genuinely looking for critiques. But when somebody tells you that it's not the right song for you, although you hadn't picked that song, you picked that song through a lot of songs that they had suggested, not the judges, but the producers, the team. Like, they suggested these songs to me and I picked what they had suggested. So if I had my own choice, I wouldn't have sang that song at all. I was comfortable singing it, but that's not the point. That's nothing to do with why the song was picked. It was picked because I was suggested to pick from a number of songs. So that's the basic truth of the whole TV thing with Ireland's Got Talent. There's a lot more obviously that happened on the day because we were there for hours and hours. But to me it's quite sketch and it's unfair. So anyways, continuing on, I was on the stage and they'd given me my critiques and it came to the voting. So I got 3 yeses from Louis, Michelle and Denise, and Jason said no. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna say no. And I was like, oh, fair enough, whatever, you know. But I didn't say it like that, 'cause now I'm feeling the drama of it. And he was like, I'm just gonna say no. I was like, okay, that's okay. I was like, that's fine, no problem. And they were like, you've a really, like Louis said, you have the most unusual voice that I've heard today. And I'm like, is that a compliment? Like, in my head it didn't say, oh, is that a compliment or an insult? But I was like, oh, thanks, you know. So that was that. I was escorted, well, I wasn't escorted off stage, so I came out. Editing Billie here, I just want to add this part in. Mum was outside talking to Lucy Kennedy, and when I came out, she had said that Jason Byrne, what does he know about music? And so on. But I also want to add in another thing as well. When Mum was behind stage, she could not see me. The camera was basically in her face. So if you think that the people that are outside looking on stage, that they can actually see on stage, they can't. He's a comedian, but that doesn't mean he doesn't know anything got to do with music, but it was all sketch, it was all for TV, you know. So then I was told that I would be contacted from my producer, that if I had got through to the judges' deliberations or not. The judges' deliberations were on the Monday or the Tuesday, I think, or the Wednesday, I'm not 100% sure, but that's how it was. And I would be contacted by my producer, lovely girl, but I wasn't contacted by my producer. I wasn't contacted by any producer. I was contacted via email by the Ireland's Got Talent team at whatever .net or .ie or .com or whatever it was. I was contacted via email, and I know I wasn't the only one that this had happened to, and I know I'm not the only one that's mad about this year, about what happened, and obviously in previous years, because like I'm sure this well, this is only season 2, but I'm sure it had happened last year, and I'm sure it had happened in other competitions, TV competitions. So I was then asked, excuse me, sorry, I'm on a roll now, but I was then contacted in the same email saying that if my episode was going to be aired, or if I was going to be aired on TV, that I would be contacted. I still have not been contacted by anybody to say if I was going to be on TV or not. To be quite honest with you, I think it's quite unfair that they can say yes on the day, and to anybody, no matter how good or how bad they are, that they can say yes on the day and be torn down the following week by an email, not even by your own producer, to say that, oh, oops, I'm sorry, thank you for your participation. That's just the way it works. But it is unfair to people that have solely put their heart and energy and everything into it. Or they make note of it on the email to say how much participation, how grateful they are for your participation. But with no explanation. With no explanation to say, well, the reason why you didn't get through was because we have such a mass number of people. That was their excuse. Because we have so many people. Not because, oh, be truthful about it, you're not that entertaining. If you want the footage, we will send you the footage. But you can't do that, because I just find it's very unfair that they spend hours of filming you, and you express your whole heart and your entire being into hours and hours and hours of filming, and to be disheartened and told, sorry, you're not gone through. I think if I was contacted by my producer, I would have been happier, although I would have been upset. I was very upset on the day that I was told, but I think I would have been happier if I was contacted by my producer to apologise, and if you are going to be aired on TV, we will let you know. Ever since that day, I've had no contact with Ireland's Got Talent whatsoever. They had said not to post anything on social media until the episodes have aired, and it aired last night, which is Saturday the 2nd of February. I don't know when this video is going to be going up, but I'm filming this on Sunday the 3rd. So it's been aired, and I'm telling my truth about the situation and how I felt about it, and how it felt like to me, and how it was very sketch to me. And a lot of these TV programs are like this. I don't know if there's a reality TV show out there that's more truthful, or that's a bit truthful, comparing to, I don't know what to compare them to. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it clarified anything about my missions and trips over the vlogs that you might have watched. So this is the truth about reality TV shows or talent shows, but most of all Ireland's Got Talent. So as I said, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I can do more videos like sit down videos again. So I'll talk to you in my weekly vlog on Sunday. Goodbye. Mwah.